I'm not a big Star Fox fan. Only game I ever really played like that was the one on GameCube, Star Fox Adventures, and most recently the one on the SNES. I never played that on the original console either though, just the one on the Switch. I never beat it either, but honestly, after finally checking out A Fox in Space for the very first time, this series made by people that clearly love the Star Fox series makes me want to go back and give the older titles a shot again. But yeah, I want to get into this dope little film for a bit more. The writer, editor, and director of this is named Matthew Gafford. I don't really know if this counts as a film, but dog, I gotta say the voice acting and the effects on set voices, the music, and the characters really make it feel like dude was really on his Martin Scorsese type bag. I never seen them movies, but dude definitely could get in that bag just by viewing the feeling and care. Everybody who worked on this did, I can tell. Anyways, I thought the way it started off was pretty interesting. Rather than slowly building up the story over the course of the runtime, Gafford decided to hit us with some quick scenes that set up the story already real quick and to the point. At first it confused me because I had thought there was some clips or whatever that I haven't seen and that I needed to watch in order to catch up, but then I realized in the way it was set up was intentional, and I gotta say it worked really well. It got me hooked straight into what was going on, and once that was done the rest of the show was at a slower pace, but it still had me watching like, dang, this is actually kinda nice type feeling, so I kept checking it out. It was pretty easy to follow actually. A couple voices took some time for them to grow on me. But ever since that was the case, the writer Wolf of Fox especially did a great job at keeping me interested. At first I had thought Wolf's voice was a bit too old sounding for me, and Fox did come off across as a bit too nasally, but when I was actually listening to the detail in their voices, like the jokey giddiness Wolf had when he asked Fox about his legs, and Fox's annoyed response had me laughing and growing accustomed to their voices much quicker. And real quick, when dude walked in on them both and gave a grin, I started laughing because I didn't notice that upon my first viewing. What's even crazier to me though is that apparently Matthew Gafford voiced both Fox and Wolf, and that's wild to me because I heard like no familiarity in either voices. Dude's got some great range. I do want to mention though that Falco's voice is deep, almost a little too deep, but it wasn't nothing I can get used to. Although he does come across less jerky here than in the original series, he still has his moments when he can seem a bit rude, but you know dude cares about Pepper, Fox, and Slippy. I also want to say that the detective old school noir effect they added on everybody's voice was very pleasant and nice to hear. Definitely caught my attention and also helped in keeping me hooked on the show. The bar scene where Fox and Wolf walked in was pretty cool too, and the nervous smile that Wolf did when Fox was getting mad about dudes keep on calling him Star Fox was funny. He was just trying to clear the awkwardness and tension out the air, but you can tell Wolf ain't really that good at stuff like that, although he does still retain a cool feeling to it, even though it isn't very successful. And then Andros shows up. On my second viewing, he doesn't seem all that intimidating, yet that changes when I watch the second episode, but more on that later. The music for this episode, at least, was okay. Gafford worked on this as well as Stuart Bartett. Nothing really dope like that except for the jazz version of Cornelia that plays in the bar scene. It's enough to get me nodding my head and giving it like a mild stank face, and that's a good thing for real. Overall, this episode was pretty good, man. I recommend y'all check it out because, to be honest, this series has a lot of work put into it, and as somebody that ain't a Star Fox fan like that, the fact that something like this is produced by people who genuinely love the Star Fox franchise makes me see just how much of a shame it is that Nintendo ain't putting respect on Fox's name like the fans do. Definitely gonna replay the Star Fox games at some point as well. But yeah, that's about it for me. Hope y'all enjoyed the little review. Like, share, subscribe, and comment down your thoughts about what you thought of A Fox in Space. Y'all have a good one.